Hey, it's Jason from Turner, and we're having a fun time here. Special outdoor place here. We're at, you can see behind me, woo, the Chapel Motorcycle Shop. We're gonna get up on their dyno. I'm gonna show you a little picture over my shoulder here. And I'm gonna flip you around. Here, as you saw us put in the Fi2000 PowrPro Black on Rachel's bike here, and we're gonna put it on and see what kind of numbers we get. We're gonna play with it. Also gonna kind of dink with the system so we get to know it a little better, and we're gonna show you some numbers as we run and as we go through and see what it's doing. Now, we built this bike mostly for cruising, for best efficiency, best fuel economy, the whole 9 yards, which we're going to get out of this. We didn't go for horsepower, but we are kind of curious what kind of horsepower gain. Now, exhaust system, intake system is what we've done to it, and let's see how it plays out. Okay, everybody, we're setting up in the booth. We got things hooked up. Carl from the chapel here is getting all the dyno stuff going. Say hi. He's hooking us up with some good dyno time. Got Brian here from Fi2000. He's getting here to set some baselines for the bikes and kind of look at what the tuner's doing for the new edition that'll be coming out here shortly, hopefully. We'll get more video here as we start running. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Turn and Learn Shop. We're gonna do a little sit down and talk about some of the stuff we've been doing. At the end of this video here, I'm gonna do a little thing. We wanted to play with the bike a little bit. So, as you saw, the chapel gave us some dyno time. Thank you, Brian from Fi2000, for facilitating that and helping us arrange everything. Now, as you know, we took Rachel's Honda Shadow, 2013 Honda Shadow 750. We had the old Cobra 2000 with the old dials on it and modified it to the new Fi2000 PowrPro Black. Plug and play, it monitors itself every 80,000 seconds, or 80 times a second, to adjust its fuel trim. The drawback is she does not have a O2 sensor. These work way better, we found out, with the O2 sensor. They're way better. So what we did is we took it on there, we drove it, we did 744-mile trip on that bike, just plug and play, rock and roll. Loved it. We increased fuel mileage, we increased power, and overall the whole bike just ran way better. She was very happy with it. Well, as we were playing with this, working with the app, the new app that's been launched out, we wanted to make sure there's no hiccups in there. So Brian wanted us to get on the dyno, got Carl at the chapel there. We sat down for a couple hours. Yes, Halloween night. I love you, babe. Thank you very much for letting us do that. We'll bring up some pictures to show you about what we did. So we were running pretty rich with her bike off the bat, with the way it was set up. Of course, we have the intake done. We have the exhaust done on it. So we wanted to play with that. So once we started playing with it, we brought that thing down and we increased. I got the numbers here. We went from 37.62 horsepower to 40.61 horsepower. That doesn't seem like a lot, but remember, no cams, it's a stock motor. That's quite a bit of a change. Foot-pounds of torque, we went from 39 foot-pounds of torque to 43 foot-pounds of torque. Yeah, we'll bring this up so you can see everything in the torque curves. But the biggest thing was we were running rich across the board. We want to be 14.7, I believe. 14.5, 14.7. Brain fart. For perfect burn. The EPA wants to see it in that as well. We're setting her bike up for fuel economy and for maximum efficiency. That's why we set her bike up. We noticed we increased about 2.5 miles to the gallon. Boom, right off the bat. Throttle response, even better. I mean, this bike was nothing different. I drove it home that night. It was about 3 days later. I wanted her to get her butt on it before he filmed anything. She was out buzzing in the parking lot with a grin from ear to ear. That little 750 made all the difference in the world. Subsequently, we're working on another bike that we're going to try to get in here, another metric, because these are lots of information out here on the Harleys. But we're going to get another metric. I think I have a striker on the way. We're going to put on and play with it and see if we're able to get it back on the dyno just to play with it, to see the difference, what we can do. It's great. I made a comment in one of my videos. When we plug and play, you can reduce fuel on this app. So there's not much we can do. We can play with it a little bit. Fuel trim and stuff. We knocked down the fuel trim a little bit. Or I mentioned that you didn't want to play with the fuel. You never want to take fuel away. I was proven way wrong with this system. He has an O2 sensor on his. It would run better. We took out quite a bit of fuel. I think we put out 0.5 on the app. Doesn't sound like much, but it was the difference between 7, 8, 9, 10, 4.5 horsepower on a 750. Massive difference. We love it.
Now I did 100% throttle just to show you. So your baseline, 137 here. I mean, you can see where we're at down here. Now, red line, it's kind of hard to see. It's all up in here. As we were playing with this, just itty bitty little tweaks to see how close we could get it. But it's buried down up inside of here. Now I'm using this one here as an example. Your horsepower is actually up here. So we started out here. I don't know if you can see the mouse there. And then we moved it up and up and up, and the red line is in here. You can see it follows the rest of them all the way across, stays a little high through here, and then that's when we drop off throttle. Okay. Now air-fuel mixture ratio, 1 and 2. We ran sniffers up in the pipe itself because we didn't have O2 sensors, so we actually sniffed it. You can see bank 1, you're here. Bank 2, you're here. So front and rear cylinder. Your rear cylinder will always run a little bit hotter and a little richer than your front, if I remember correctly on these. But you can see how we took it from down here all the way up here. This dotted line is right where we want to be. 100% throttle wide open. Yeah, we're running just a hair bit lean, but when you see the video of it running, it's manipulating up and down. It's right where it wants to be. Same with right here. I mean, these are gorgeous numbers all the way through here. You can't. We could play with it if we had a little bit more time and get it better, but we're very, very, very happy with the way this looks. We'll bring them up. You'll be able to see the difference between 100% throttle, 25, 75, and 50% throttle. All of them we will bring up. We'll put a picture up there. You can kind of see them, but you can see our increase from 37 to 40, from 39 to 43. Way happy with that. Very happy with that.
Just to give you an idea of this product compared to other ones, they're a plug and play. They're super easy to install. They're self-tuning. If you have an O2 sensor, they're really self-tuning. They'll be awesome. For a lot of them on the market, this is one of, I think, 3, don't quote me on that are EPA certified. So you can put these on and not get in trouble with the EPA because it will only let you do certain things. You can't map with this one. It self-maps, but it's looking for the perfect power and perfect fuel ratio. So if you're building a great big hot rod, which if you call them up and you want to order this in, you can tell them what you've done and they can set it up for you. But this is for those of us who like to put pipes on, intakes, and not breaking the motor and really go gusto with them. But you're going to get the best of all worlds. You're going to get the best fuel economy. You're going to get the best horsepower. This thing's going to make sure, so when you change elevations, the biggest thing is you dyno tune. You're stuck at that map that you dyno tuned in it, no matter where you go. If you're down at California sea level, here, where we sit about between 43 and 5,100 feet in the valley, depending on what part of your valley, or if you go to our high country here in Salt Lake City, you can go upwards of about 9,500 feet. Those of us with carburetors, well, I don't anymore, but people with carburetors, you notice it quite a bit. Fuel injection with maps, You notice a little bit, it does work its way around it, but we noticed with this product, we didn't notice a change. This thing rocked at the high country, it rocked at the low country. You know, like I said, our trip we took before it was dyno tuned was a huge difference. We love it. If you want more information on it, feel free to reach out to us, Fi2000, and I'd say it's a great product. And dyno doesn't lie. No matter what you say, dyno tuning doesn't lie at the end. So with that being said, we'll wrap this up. Might be a little bit longer video than a lot of mine. A lot of information within here. So yeah, come back to the Turn and Learn Garage. We hope to put out some more content for you. Classes are always running all the time, even though, well, there's not snow on the ground now, but there was this week. We get snow on the ground, we still run classes, still working on bikes, and speed safely.